lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Fred Allen will be back again next week at the same time. This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Yoo-hoo! Hello, Mrs. Goldberg. I'm back here. Can you see me? Wait a minute, this might help. Did that help? Well, now, I know it looks like somebody's about to have an estate sale in here. I've been collecting all this stuff for the last several months just to bring you these autumn specials. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and don't worry, I'm going to move in a lot closer. And I'm not going to tell you about all of these things in one shot because that would be a 5-hour video. No, I want you to tune back in every Monday night this month for a special autumn decor sale where almost everything, 99% of what you see here, will be for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. Now, one of those Monday nights will be a Christmas in September. That's the third Monday in September. But the other three, including tonight, will be autumn decor. And I've got everything from beautiful Czechoslovakian glass from the 1930s to Woolworth dime store pheasant salt and pepper shakers. And you know, you don't have to have 500 pieces around your house. You can just incorporate a few pieces of glass and pottery into your fall decor to bring the outside wonderful harvest season inside. So raise a glass of your favorite peach luster, pumpkin spice, whatever it is, and stay tuned. Now, I'm not really going to show you any decorating ideas in this video. This is just to sort of get you started into thinking about some of the pieces that you might like to add to your collections. And I hope that you will add your suggestions and comments below in the description box. Give me some ideas about how you decorate with vintage, autumn-colored items in your own homes. I'd love to know. Okay, now I'm going to take a few of these out to the kitchen counter. We're going to do a close-up and you'll see exactly what's for sale this week in the Old Curiosity Shop. So thanks for tuning in, and go and get your favorite pumpkin spice libation. I'll be right back. Well, okay folks, I'm almost all set. All I need to do is take this shaker here. I actually just have some pumpkin pie spice in here, and that's all it takes, just a little tiny dash. That's my pumpkin spice coffee. Homemade. Has anybody started with the pumpkin spice yet? Now, I'm not going to go overboard with the pumpkin spice Cheerios and toothpaste and whatnot. I'll just stick to a little spicy coffee and one ginger snap, which is resting in a little peach luster dish there made in Japan. Here are all the items that are currently for sale this week in the Old Curiosity Shop. And before I begin, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and so glad you're joining me to sort of say goodbye to the summer of 20. I'm fine saying goodbye to the summer of 20. As far as I'm concerned, I'm ready for autumn and the cooler temperatures, and hopefully gatherings of family and friends where, well, we're still going to be socially distant, but maybe that's going to be behind us next year. I'm hopeful. Okay, let's take a look at what's what, but before I do,
a cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you, a cozy corner, a table for two.
my cup of coffee is brought to you by Peach Luster, and that's part of the Anchor Hocking line, and so popular in the 1950s. I'll give you a chance to have a sip of whatever you're having. Okay, now let's get started. We'll start right here with this set of 6 tumblers featuring pheasants and gilded tops. These are in excellent condition with no dishwasher damage at all. That's nice. And the reason why I've gone ahead and chosen all of the cups and mugs and things is because, well, let's go ahead and get them for sale so we can start using them. I love these 4 owls over here. Now these are probably not old. I don't know when these were made because there's nothing on the bottom. But I love these. They have a really nice glaze on them. They're super clean. There are no chips or damage or cracks or anything. And I really like this set of 4 owl mugs. I like those a lot. Now I went ahead and just chose this right now because there's some similar items for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. Beautiful fall leaf, thickly gilded, and this one is Packard, I think. Pickard, I'm sorry. Packard, I'm thinking of the Packard Motor Company. This is Pickard, or Pickard, China, made in the USA. Just a heavily gilded, wonderful leaf dish there, perfect for candy corns. And speaking of candy corns, there they are. And I promise you, I have not had one. And I know you can smell them. I can. But I refuse. I will use my self-control. I'm not going to open up Pandora's box and start eating these things yet. It's taking a lot of self-control, I'll tell you that. But here they are in a little amber candy dish with some hobnails on it. Just to give you an idea that even just a few small pieces of amber glass can really add pizzazz. to your autumn decor. These are made by the Continental Can Company. They're actually ashtrays, and there are two more. I think there was a set of 4, a bridge set as they would call it. This one is green and this one is yellow. You don't get the candy corns, but you do get the 2 buckets. They're being sold together in one lot. These are going to be 1950s here when Continental Can Company took over Hazel Atlas. And then back here, I'm going to sell all 3 of these together in sort of a little grab bag. Now, you know, if you're in a small living space like I am here in the city, you don't have room for huge sets of glass and pottery and whatnot. But look at these 3 charming things. They're only about 4 inches tall, all made of glass. A little amberina vase, a hobnail vase, and a little blown optic vase with an applied handle. So these 3 are all going to go up together for one little sale. Made in Poland, I believe, is, we'll turn it upside down here and see. Wonderful little pottery teapot. And this is going to date to the 1930s. Stengel in the 1970s would release a town and country line of pottery that looks a lot like this. This sort of, I guess, what do you call it? Sponge? Is it spongeware? Sponge? Splatter? Something like that. Anyway, cute little teapot. Oh, this is the Czechoslovakian one. Yes, 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 yes. I'm getting it confused with some pieces that are going to be up for sale next Monday night. Czechoslovakian pottery. And this is going to date to between the wars, and when I say that, I mean between the Great War and the First War and the Second World War. So sometime between 1918 to the late 30s, made in Czechoslovakia. Made by the Westmoreland Company is this satin glass, I guess you, not compote, what do you call this? Center bowl. That's, the actual word is escaping me. Reticulated, and you can imagine that this thing would be banged up and chipped and cracked over the years. I have gone through this with both hands, and I don't feel a single rough spot, chip, hairline, crack. I don't find any damage in it at all. And it is a, you see how it actually looks at the bottom. I just have a few apples in there. Red Delicious apples are Jersey fall apples, and Pennsylvania apples are not quite ready yet. So a nice Westmoreland center bowl, mid-century again, satin glass, pretty autumn color. And it's a nice large, that is a 9-inch span right there on that center bowl. Then the Japanese Art Deco piece back here we saw a little while ago. This is also going to date to the 30s. Made in Japan. Has some fall colors, and I love the Art Deco touch with the handles on either side, little ears, which looks very, very deco. In lusterware over here, again in a wonderful orange and black, or peach and black color. We're back in Czechoslovakia. Now that right there is residue of a price tag, which may, or I have to pick at that a little bit and see. I don't want to scrub too hard because the luster will come off, but we can turn it around and display it that way, and we don't see where that price tag was. The Tiffin Glass Company made wonderful satin glass, and I wish you could feel this. It's as smooth as a kitten's ear. And you can almost see it looks like satin, hence satin glass. Now, I don't know if this is Tiffin or not. It could be. They made a lot of this kind of thing, but other companies did as well. It's gilded and would be probably from the 1930s. Can you imagine some orange and red and green and all the other fall colors you can think of? A little flower display in that. Here are some blown glass pieces, probably mid-century. This one has more of a yellow color. Beautiful. This one is actually blown in a mold, and it's got an applied handle. It's in good condition. Here's another piece back here in an amber color with an optic pattern. Also blown with an applied handle and a little spout there, mid-century. But again, that one a little more yellow than this one. Now, all the details will be in the descriptions in the on the auction site. So if you see anything you're interested in, you can pop on for better pictures, better light, and a full description of what you're seeing. Made by one of the better glass companies of the Depression era, and we always ramble through all the names. I won't do that this time, but it's a nice little tiny, probably not meant for candy. I'm using it that way here. Little covered dish here for probably the dinner table, maybe for jelly or jam or sauce or something like that. But you could certainly use it as a candy dish, as I am. And it's beautiful amber glass, Depression, and very well made. And then way back here in the sandwich pattern, a nice basket, and it's also holding these wonderful candy pumpkins. Oh, I love these. There is the sandwich glass pattern. And you know, several companies did sandwich. Indiana, Anchor Hocking, and Duncan Miller, okay? And then again, I think Tierra did something like that in the 1970s. This one is a beautiful amber color. And again, nothing has any chips or cracks or dishwasher damage on it unless I tell you that it does, so feel confident. Crackle glass, mid-century. This one is in yellow. It's beautiful. A nice swung glass vase. Not of the 1960s, but of the 1910, 1915 era. And this one is iridescent. You may refer to this as carnival glass. Clear on the bottom. And again, this is going to be made by one of several companies, such as Dugan, Fenton, US Glass, Diamond, the other companies that were making carnival glass just after the turn of the century. Now this is going to just give you an idea. You know, you say, well, what am I going to do with just a random amber Depression glass bowl? Fill it with candy, or gourds, or apples, or leaves that you've raked out of your yard, or potpourri back there. A nice, heavy piece of glass, very well made, lots of clarity, and it is a pretty amber color. Now bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to get rid of those butterscotches, bring the bowl back again so you can see it a little bit better. Very heavy glass, beautiful glass bowl. Set that right back down. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my potpourri bag, which I also thrifted. I'm going to dump some of that in there. And probably my four-legged friend will be fascinated by this stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I will get up tomorrow and find it all over the floor, and that's okay. By the way, Salem is busy napping. That's what 19-year-old cats do, but his cardboard cousin is keeping watch, thanks to the Beistel Company. All right, there's another Depression bowl with just some really cheap dime store, dollar store gourds. I like the real thing, but we're not really ready to purchase them yet because they'll rot before Thanksgiving, so I'm just using the plastic ones now. This is more of an American Depression glass piece because it is etched. And it is amber. I'm not sure what it's looking like in the video. Sometimes colors are a little off. Pretty etched pattern. I'll set this right back down. And then over here you say, well, what in the heck can you do with one single candlestick? Well, you can do that with it. You can put a pumpkin on top of it. And that's exactly what I've done. This piece here, I think, now that's not a crack in the middle of it there. That's where the molded glass on the bottom sort of stops in the stem. This looks a lot like the glass that Jeanette was making. Jeanette made a pattern like this in the mid-century years. This, I think, is a little bit older, and it may or may not be Jeanette. There was, let's see, more than one company did make this pattern and this amber color or marigold color glass. But it's fun to collect random autumn-colored candlesticks, put them all together, and put your candles in. And I have some wonderful black and orange candles that some folks down in Florida sent me a while ago. I've got to find them. They're in a box around here somewhere. And I'll be able to display them. We'll put that little plastic pumpkin back up there. And I'm going to back up and do a vocal scan. Yes, I did forget something right here in the middle. I really like individual pieces of dinnerware like this. What a beautiful pattern. And you know that's going to look fantastic with warm apple crumble in it. Look at that beautiful pattern. Or the potpourri as a centerpiece. Let's see who made it. Oh, it's English. Ah, we should have known. We should have known. And this is the only piece I have, but when I found it, I fell in love with it in terms of it just being a beautiful piece and really great for autumn. So there's another. Oh, let's go ahead and do it. You see what we get here. This is fun. How does that look? I'm making a mess. Okay, put that back down. That looks nice. So says I. What do you think? All right, backing up again. I'm going to go ahead and do a little dip of my ginger snap here. Give you just a second to absorb everything. Well, okay, folks. There is my first installment of my 3 autumn thrift hauls this month. Don't forget to join me every Monday night for an autumn thrift haul and a special Christmas in September thrift haul on the 3rd Monday night in the month of September. And now this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, hoping that the coming autumn season brings you refreshing, cool temperatures, health, and blessings. Thanks for watching, and so long for now.